Do you have your eye on a crochet project that's made in motifs, but you're not sure how to join them together and you don't want to go through a lot of hassle to do it? Hi, I'm Susan Lohman, the Crochet Architect. I'd like to teach you a join-as-you-go technique for joining motifs together effortlessly. So let's get started. This is my fall table runner, and as you can see, I've made a lot of motifs and joined them together. And I used a join-as-you-go technique that I'd like to teach you today. Here's one of my motifs, and I've worked all the way to the last round. And the next motif I want to join to that motif. So I am going to show you how to do this. These were all chain 3 spaces, and I'm going to join this side to any of the sides of this motif while I'm doing this last round. So I'm going to chain 2 to begin with, not chain 3. I'm going to remove my hook and place it top to bottom in the corner chain space of the adjacent motif that I'm joining to, and put the loop back on the hook, pull it through that chain space, and then chain 1. So that joins this corner chain space to that corner chain space. And now I can go back to my first motif, my current motif, and do the single crochet there, because this was single crochet, chain 3, single crochet. So I have single crochet, chain 2, pull the loop through, chain 1, and single crochet. Now the next chain 3 space I'll do in the same kind of way. I'll chain 2, remove my hook, insert it from top to bottom in that next chain 3 space on that adjacent motif, and pull that loop through, and then chain 1. And now I'm ready to single crochet in the next spot on my current motif. And I'm going to do this all the way across this side until I get to this end. And each one of these chain 3 spaces is joined the same way. Now if I had a different number of chains, they would be joined a little differently. But these are chain 3 spaces, and I chain 2, pull that loop through, and chain 1. And this is one of the many styles of join as you go for crochet motifs, or granny squares, or blocks, or whatever kind of motifs you have. They may not even be square, they may be octagon or hexagon. Okay, here I am, the last one, and I've joined all of these chain 3 spaces to the chain 3 spaces of the adjacent motif. And I'm at the last corner. I need my chain 2, insert the hook, pull the loop through, and chain 1, and then I can join with a slip stitch to that first single crochet. And these 2 motifs are joined. I'm going to go ahead and join this motif to that motif in the same way as I joined these 2. And then I'm going to join this one in this space, and I'll demonstrate that when I get to it. Okay, as you can see, I joined another motif on. I joined the corner and each of these chain spaces and the other corner. And I'm ready to put another motif right in here in this corner. But this involves joining to this corner where 3 motifs are already joined. So let me show you how to do that. What I've done is I've already worked the last round, and I'm going to pull out that last round, 2 sides of that round, so that I can do the joining. You typically wouldn't be working all of your sides and tearing them out or ripping them out or frogging them out, but I'm doing that on this video. So I have the correct amount of yarn or crochet thread to use, and I'm ready to join these two sides. So I have my first single crochet here, and I need 2 chains, and then I'm going to join to this corner, just like we did on the first one. We're going to pull that through, do our 1 more chain. So 2 chains before, join, and then another chain. Single crochet in the same corner because I have a single crochet, chain 3 single crochet here. So I'm going to do 2 more chains and join to the next chain 3 space. And this is the same way that I did it on the first one. Each of these sides are done the same way, but sometimes the corners are done a little differently, especially here, to get it to lay nice and flat and not bunch up. So I'm just doing my regular pattern on this last round, joining as I go to the adjacent motif. And there are many ways to do join as you go, depending on what your pattern is on the last round. So that's 2 chains, pull the loop through and chain another one, single crochet, chain 2. I'm almost to the corner. I've got this one here, pull the loop through, chain 1, and now I'm at the corner. So we don't want too much bulk here. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2 like we did before, and then we're going to insert our hook in the first adjacent, in the chain space of the first adjacent square. So the one that I have been joining to, I'm going to put my hook in here and pull that loop through, and then I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to skip this motif and put my hook in this motif. So we're skipping this center one, so to speak, first, second, and third. We'll skip the second one, go into the third one, and pull that loop through. And I always like to have the leading edge of the yarn or thread at the front of my hook, so it's not, the loop isn't twisted. Pull it through and chain 1 again. And then we're ready to go back into our corner chain space on our current motif. So that's how to join this corner so it's not all bunched up and lays nice and flat. And then we will just go across this side, same way that we have, and join each of these chain spaces to the adjacent chain space. And we're just working our single crochets, our chain 2, insert the hook, pull the loop through, and chain 1 again, each one of these chain 3 spaces. So we just follow what the pattern says, because I have written information or instructions for how to do this join in the pattern for my fall table runner. But you can use this join as you go technique for many different kinds of squares, especially if you have chain 3 spaces around the edges. And we have our last corner, chain 2, insert our hook, pull it through, chain 1, and join with the slip stitch in that first single crochet. And here we have 4 motifs all joined together in the join as you go technique. Now you can go ahead and crochet all of your motifs except for the last round and get them all organized and laid out the way you want them, and then join them together in the last round, or you can join them as you're going. So there you have it. This is only one way to do join as you go in crochet. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching, and happy crocheting to all of you. Thanks so much for watching, and happy joining to almost got through it. Blah, 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 blah. So there you have it. this is only one way to do join as you go motifs. Why does that word not want to?